Assalamu alaikum, everybody. This is Jailani Hussein, the Executive Director of CARE Minnesota. With me is Suleiman Adin, our Deputy Director. We're both going to be talking to you today about GiveMN. Today's GiveMN, as you probably heard on the radio, people are giving to their favorite nonprofit organizations, and we're hoping that you support CARE Minnesota this year. Suleiman, welcome, and just wanted to go over a couple of things. Go ahead, Suleiman. Thank you, Suleiman. Again, as we've talked a little bit about this to all of you who are on the call today, or at least watching. GiveMN is an annual giving day, and folks across the state of Minnesota are giving to their favorite charities. Obviously, as you know, CARE Minnesota is one of those organizations on the front lines of challenging Islamophobia and bigotry every single day. We are addressing issues around housing inequalities, as well as addressing pathways to home ownership. Minnesota has also a history, and right now we have one of the worst achievement gaps in the state of Minnesota, 50th, and we're trying to make sure that we can support our community, particularly those impacted greatly, our children and our youth, to address ways that we can overcome the achievement gap. There are many other things that we are obviously involved in addressing police accountability, whether it's the police or the FBI abuse when it comes to that, but also addressing some of the other issues that our community is facing on a daily basis. Islamophobia has been on the rise, as many of you know, and including anti-Semitism, and really being on the front lines of addressing hate crimes that impact our community. We know in Minnesota we have one of 40 mosques that have been attacked in the last 3 years, and this is the most in the nation. You may have received a call from us today as well. I know I'm getting calls today for folks who have received a call from us about Give to the Max, and I hope you can support CARE Minnesota in the work that we are doing every single day. And I hope encourage all of you today to just make a small donation. The link should be on the bio today. We'll also put it up in the chat as well. And it's givemn.org. And it's a very simple way, really, to get on board with GiveMN. I know many people are giving to their favorite charities, different organizations, and so we'll put in the chat there the actual link. It's CareMN, and then if it's under organizations, but if you go there, you are able to find that information pretty simply, actually. And so we'll hopefully put it up right now, just so that you can see on the bottom there, givemn.org /organization CareMN. You can go there and be able to donate to CARE Minnesota. So, Suleiman, anything you wanted to just add in general? Absolutely, absolutely, and that is critically important that we thank our allies who have been, supporting us in so many different ways. We couldn't do this without them, and we're building coalitions that always work together to address some of these big issues. And some of the success we've had in the past few years have been addressing the housing challenges, and working with a large coalition on the Bring It Home legislation that has now expanded of voucher support for families of low income to be able to access that program so that they can have support with rent. And so there are many successful wins. We're just announcing today also. We're actually at the Capitol in Washington, D.C., meeting earlier today with Senator Amy Klobuchar and a few other of the leaders today and tomorrow. And the important work that we are doing on the front lines with addressing those issues. I know last year we've addressed the attacks against mosques. That led to us getting additional funding. Over 20 mosques will be receiving funding from a federal national security grant to help them bolster security. That work is critical in making sure we can be able to do this work significantly. And so we do need your support, and that's why we're asking for you to do this today. Give to the Max is a wonderful event here in Minnesota, where folks across the country, across the state of Minnesota, are all giving for good, as we say. And so, we're part of this bigger effort to be able to do that, and we need everyone to give and pitch in what they can. And once you give, please share with others as well that you gave to CARE Minnesota. This is one way that you can do that. And you can give all the way throughout the evening and today, and encouraging others to give as well. Funding is very important to every nonprofit, and specifically around the issues of justice, equality, inclusion. These are work that really impact our community in different ways. And so, we need everyone to lift up each other in this process. And I know many of you count on us, to be on the front lines, to be available to answer the call. We see over 5,000 to 6,000 calls for service each year here at CARE Minnesota. We know that has increased significantly in the past year and this year. We have seen a huge demand for our services. At times, we are not able to respond to every issue and give it the 100% we could give because of limitations with our staffing. And so we need to grow, because the issues and the concerns in our community have grown and continue to do that. But we can only do that when our donors support us. We can only do that when we get more donors and more supporters financially to get the resources that we need to continue to do the work. And so it takes everybody to pitch in. Young people, from young people to old people, we need everyone to pitch in, from greater Minnesota to the Twin Cities and urban community, to the wealthiest of our members of our community, to those who are also on the low end. Everybody needs to pitch in, and this is something that I'm encouraging all of you to do. So whatever level you're at, we encourage you to jump in today and give to the Max as much as you can today, and think about even maybe doing a small fundraiser for CARE Minnesota. There are many ways to help fundraise in doing this work, but we need this support to be able to have the resources to do the work. Our legal department, which is incredibly doing great work and has settled many cases for community members on issues impacting, and many times have really helped resolve issues for our community members. We also provide a great legal referral system to the community for those who are in need of a referral system. So this is important right now as we get into the holidays. People are thinking about how do they spend their money. It's been a challenging year financially as well for many, but we need to continue to remember that justice and fighting for justice also requires us to give. And so if everybody gives a little bit, I think we can go a long way. So don't look away. Don't look for somebody else to give. I'm encouraging all of you to step up today. And so we'll probably be watching this short video a few times here and there. But, I just hope all of you just step up and do the best you possibly can. Like I said, the work matters, from addressing the issues of hate crime to addressing the issue of achievement gap to housing issues, and much more, health inequalities and many other issues that we are constantly addressing at CARE Minnesota. So we need your support. Please do your part in empowering and doing the work that we needs to be done. We couldn't do it without your support. So thank you for the great supporters at Give MN, who usually give during this time, Give MN. For those who have given earlier this year, thank you. And for those who are going to join us today, thank you so much for giving. I've seen as donations are still coming in. I encourage you all to do that. I've seen a lot of folks who have given today. Some for the first time, others returning to give, and so I encourage all of you to do that. Anything you wanted to add, Suleiman, as well? Absolutely, Salman. And thank you for sharing that. And as we said, that it's very important that we talk about that, and hate comes to us. I I was at one of the mosques after we had an hate attack that destroyed an entire mosque. And I was with the imam there talking about the incident that happened the day before, only to be in the mosque talking about an attack that happened the next day, and then to have that mosque specifically be attacked the same time I was inside of it. Usually we are the ones responding, but then to be the ones that needed the response was an interesting and a reality check to all of us about the impact of that. And I remember that day, Masjid Rahman, we had to help 50 children leave from a burning mosque at the time who were in a daycare. And just to see the impact of that incident. Thankfully, the fire department, which was a neighbor to the mosque, was immediately able to act. And so, we're responding. And then while we're responding, to have an incident happen that close was something for me personally difficult to address. And also a reality check of the impact that we've had now 40 attacks against mosques in Minnesota. That is the most in the nation. That's the most ever recorded history that we know of attacks against mosques. And so, but we have been winning at the same time. As I mentioned a little earlier ago, we have now helped this year successfully gain 20 mosques receiving federal dollars in support of security measures at their mosque. That's a success, and that's a win. And that's a huge thing to overcome some of the challenges we've been facing. So I put the link in again in the chat. GiveMN, please go on there, make a donation, monthly or small. There are also these prizes that are being given by using the GiveMN. So the organizations are all encouraging their members to do that. And once you do that, you can have a lot of folks that we can win one of those prizes. So by giving a little bit here and there, you can. If you're also a donor who already give, please give again. And these are one ways that you can to overcome that, or to get that prize money, or that some organizations are going to be lucky to win this year tonight. So the great GiveMN today, please support CARE Minnesota. Our work is very important, as many of you know. We're asking all of you to step up and do your part. Suleiman, any last words, and we can close out. Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And please, as you watch this video today, please share with others that once you give, and feel free to call our regular landline number if you have any questions or anything that you would like to know specifically. We have our staff waiting any moment, so they can answer any of your questions, particularly around a donation. So I encourage you to do that as well. because if you have any questions, we're happy to answer that as well. Please do that as well. If you can be able to do that. 612-206-3360 is our phone number that you can call in case you have any questions. We'll be able to answer some of that questions for you. And then the link is also, I'll provide the link there as well. The link is pretty much givemn.org. And you can just search CARE Minnesota, or you can type in /organization/CARE-MN, or just type in CARE-MN. It should pop up and you can donate right there. If you want to just donate to our website too, you could already do that as well. But some of you also received a text message today. Some of you also received maybe a call or voice call from us or this afternoon from me. And so I look forward to seeing many of you support CARE Minnesota. We'll continue to be on the front lines. I know you count on us to be on the front lines. I hope we can count on you today to be a supporter to CARE Minnesota. And thank you so much for all of you, and look forward to you. And hopefully all the incredible organizations that we work with alongside are also able to get their support from their community members. All right. Assalamu alaikum.